Let's go to Nate, who's a Liverpool fan. Right, Nate?
Right, Nate.
Hello, boys.
How are you, Nate? You good?
Yes, mate. First time caller, long time listener. Absolutely love the show.
Thank you, mate.
Right, on the Trent thing.
Go on.
Guys, he played badly yesterday. He didn't really look at the races, and that's why he's getting stick. But in truth, Liverpool fans love him, mate. Like Carragher said, he's someone who's managed to lift the trophies that we all wish Stevie could, right? And we're just gutted. And on his contract, there's lots of nuance, guys. When Klopp took over, he was a teenager. He'd been there 10 years, right? And then Klopp said this time last year he was leaving. So it's understandable. Any guy in the mid-20s, he's going to go, hang on, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to assess what's coming in. And, yeah, we've got to this point, but, hey, no one's getting on his back. It's just a media high.
No, that's not true.
That's not true, though. He's been getting slaughtered.
No, we've taken calls from Liverpool fans. There is. No, there's stuff on social media.
Like moaning Mo on, who just moans about everything, mate. Or you have 100% Mo, who just gibbers nonsense, let's face it, right? But proper people who actually watch football, and I watched the whole of 90 minutes yesterday. Yeah, I'm at home and I live on the soggy East Coast, so I can't go. But I watch football virtually all weekend, guys. I watched the whole of tonight. And Trent just won out the races yesterday, and that's what people were annoyed with.
No, I know, but look how good he's been. Well, he's allowed a bad game.
Mate, he's brilliant. Like that cross that he did a couple of weeks ago was out of the world when he was on the right-hand side, and it had so much.
He does it every week, but he's had one bad game. He's getting to Man United, and they talk about Real Madrid, and everyone's slaughtering him. It's out of order.
Yesterday, my friend, yesterday, right, when you looked at some of his passes yesterday, yeah, you could say on foggy ground because of the weather conditions, whatever.
No, he's had a bad game.
He's passing, yeah, so that's all it is, and that's why when you're going, everyone's on his back.
I know, but that's you. That's you, Nate, and that's fair play to you. That's you. But he's been getting slaughtered and digging him out, and it's only because he's had his head turned, and it's your fault.
Hey, mate, it's not. I can't. For me personally, I think it's an accumulation of factors, mate. Yes, Klopp
what are the factors?
Right, Klopp leaving was a big thing. Klopp was a father figure to him, mate.
Yeah, but when Klopp left, had a year left in his contract. That shouldn't be allowed to happen.
No, he had 18 months when.
No, but that should be allowed.
That shouldn't be allowed to happen.
When Klopp said he was leaving, so we could understandably or logically say that they were probably having tentative discussions. I'm not a professional footballer, guys, right? But we can say they were probably having chats, and Klopp's come out, curveballed everyone because no one knew about it, right? Liverpool 2.0 was back in, but let's go back to the season before then. Liverpool were actually pretty suspect. We weren't great. We had Henderson, Fabinho. No one thought the midfield was going to be replaced as well as.
Regardless, though, Nate. Regardless, you don't let. Regardless of how bad you are, or how good you are. You don't let Trent let his contract run out.
Mate, that was a factor, though. Well, nobody was actually saying Trent.
No, but
at the start of last season, before the whole Liverpool 2.0 under Klopp, no one was going, Trent's the best right-back. He was barely even the fourth right-back in England.
Doesn't matter. He's still an asset.
I love him. Genuinely, I want nothing more than what Carragher said, for him to sign another contract. Right, we had this with Stevie. He was at a similar age. He almost went to Chelsea.
He's burning his shirt outside Anfield.
He signed another deal, and then he became an ultimate legend. Right.
Okay, but all of this is totally and utterly irrelevant. What we're saying here is that Trent probably feels let down that the club have allowed him to get into his last 2 years of his contract. He would have lost. He's losing hundreds of £1,000s a week.
When Klopp was leaving.
No, that's got nothing to do with it, Nate.
No, it has got.
You play for the club. You don't play for the manager.
Mate, you can't say that he didn't want to know what it was like to work under Arne Slot. Now, I don't dispute.
No, but it's too late now, Nate. You're missing the point. You can't keep talking about Klopp leaving, right? What we're saying is, for the contract to be allowed to get into its last 24 months and not sit down and give him the contract Make sure that he signs it. Once you get into that last 2 years, you're leaving yourself vulnerable. So nothing to do with Klopp.
You can't force him, James.
No, but then
they could have offered him one. Have you heard him say that they've never?
I've never heard he's turned down a contract.
No,
I've not heard that.
Everything's done behind closed doors. So all of this is actually just.
He ain't signed it though, has he? At the end of the day, you obviously ain't offered him enough.
Jake, but he hasn't signed for Real yet. So every fan truly can have a little, every glimmer of hope, right? Yeah. And what we've got.
Well, he ain't going to stay if you're digging him out.
Yeah, but this
He's
is.
going to go. You know what? I'm off.
We're not really digging. It's only sections, and it's only the media are constantly going on about it. They constantly keeps it being.
What do you mean constant? What are you going on about? What do you mean constant?
Yeah, we're not tweeting him, are we? Saying he's rubbish.
No. Mate, if it ain't talking about Trent, it's someone talking about Salah or Van Dijk.
Well, we just had Jamie Carragher on Sky doing exactly the same thing about 2 hours ago.
I know, mate, and I kind of wish Jamie would just shut up because he's not helping things now. But the reality is, it's your job.
By the way,
you've got to talk about it.
By the way, Jamie Carragher has received a tweet from
Salah.
From Salah.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
saying I think he's obsessed. That's why I said that, mate.
I'm starting to think you're obsessed with me.
I wish,
send it to Sky,
honestly, buddy, for nothing more than Liverpool. Just
is he signing, Nate?
Or, who? Which one?
Do we know? Trent.
I hope so. I hope so.
I'll be amazed if this.
Dude's been there for 18 months buttering him up. And can you blame him when, what was the weather yesterday in Liverpool? And let's face it, he could have been there on that pitch, having Dallo and Fernando running at him, going, I could be in the Madrid sunshine right now.
It ain't going to be long, mate. 6 months it will be.
Mate, I hope not.
Nate, listen, Nate, thanks for your call. Let's go to. I want to go to Dan.
He loved the mate, didn't he?
Yeah, he loved the mate. Mating us off.
Yeah, Nate.
I always mate people off.
I mate people if I don't know the name.
You know, when you forget someone's name in the office,
I'm terrible
mate him off.
it.
I called one of the boys in. I walked in. I've been away for a week, and he's a great lad, Sam. I called him Graham. And I walked in.
There's not even a Graham in the office.
I know, and I called him, all right, Graham. Started digging him out about West Ham. And then I come and sat down with you, and I went, just called him Graham. His name's Sam.
Can't get that.
Just go back to calling people mate.
Yeah, mate him off.
All right, matey. Let's go to Dan, who's a Liverpool fan. All right, Dan.
Danny boy.
Hello, boys. How are we?
All right, Danny boy.
All right, Dan. How are you?
Yeah, just wanted to have me say on the Trent situation because there's been a lot of Liverpool fans ringing up talking about it, and I think we need to remember the fact that Trent this season's been absolutely class for us. Yeah. He's been put some top quality performances in defence. No one's really criticised defensive work this year. I think we need to accept the fact that a couple of games this season, Trent's liable to some pretty poor defensive performances. There isn't anything new, and I think under Slot's got a bit better with him being put under less pressure. And I think the fact that you're saying about him going down to his last year of his contract or whatever, now, whether or not that's the player's fault, not signing a new contract or whatever it is what it is now, and we can't let that affect us moving forward. And I think that now going forward, if he goes to Real Madrid, I think he'd be quality for him. The style of football he plays, with the contract, with the way he probably won't have to defend as much, and I think that he'll do amazing for them. And I think if he signs on for us, then he'll become an even bigger Liverpool legend. So it's a win-win for him. And I think if he does go, we move on. We get a new right back in. Conor Bradley's there for the short term. Long term, we find the right back like Aït-Nouri or someone to cover that position. And the club moves forward. And we've got to wish him the best because he's been an absolute legend. He's cost us nothing. And there's going to be people saying his head's being turned or whatever. But we've got to remember that Trent every now and then puts in a stinker. The same way as right backs and left backs do.
Everyone does. Everyone has a bad game. Exactly. We all have a stinker. Exactly. I've seen Gerrard have a stinker.
I think this is one of the best calls we've received, Dan, on actually. It's quite, objective. You sit down here with the facts. I think it's one of the best calls we've had. We took a lot last week on it, where there was a lot of angry fans calling him a rat, saying he won't be welcome back to Liverpool. There was quite a lot of harsh words last week being spoken on the Sports Bowl.
I think every Liverpool fan wants him to sign that contract, don't they? And he's been at Liverpool now since he's a kid. He's won everything he can, and I think it's a win-win for him. If he signs on, everyone loves him. He gets his dough. Everyone absolutely loves him because he's sort of the Liverpool legend. And if he goes to Real Madrid, I think he gets even better because I think the style of play fits him to the ground.
He'll be a great player.
And I think all Liverpool fans ringing up saying he's this, he's that, his head's being turned. I think it's just down to the fact that he's come in. He's had a poor performance because down that side, United knew how to exploit him, and Amarim's done well in the fact that he's seen Trent and Robbo as well, because Robbo's been liable for it this season, giving away penalties and red cards. No one's mentioning about Robbo, and plus Trent's been amazing all season with this contract situation going on in the background. No one's saying anything about it. It's only because Real Madrid have put this bid in recently that everyone's saying about his head being turned. But I think he's just had a poor performance against a good side. Against that, Amarim's obviously seen that he's there for the taking, and that's how it is.
It's not impossible that Trent won't sign. It's not impossible. No. They've got time to work on him and time to give him what he wants, but it does feel every day that contract's not signed, it does feel like it's a day closer at Madrid, doesn't it?
Yeah, come on. It's Madrid, mate. Yeah. You can sit in the sun, playing with Mbappe, Bellingham, Rodrigo.
Vinicius Junior.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that, mate.
Got a big, massive palace just outside Madrid.
Yeah, gets £90 million just for signing on.
Yeah, $600,000 a week. Come on.
Yeah, you're going.
Oh, yeah.
He's not signing.
He's going to live in the Wirral. Yeah, nice the Wirral.
It's lovely,
Don't get me wrong, but come on, it's a little bit different to Liverpool 1 and Madrid.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.